Gerald Celente is also here. He heads up the Trends Research Institute in upstate New York. Great guy, and he's going to be talking about the new TrendsJournal that is out now. Future trends, very important to us. Chris Reed's going to be here as well, the CEO of Reed's Inc. That's now on the New York Stock Exchange, stock doing very well. Doug Glaspie has an update for us at U.S. Geothermal, and John Noble will be back with some wonderful investments that will get you some high yields. We'll have investors showcase as well. It all begins right now with Trends researcher Gerald Celente. Where are we? If you want to know where we really are, where we're headed, as they say at the TrendsJournal, history before it happens. That's exactly what Gerald Celente and his team have been doing for more than 30 years. I've known Gerald Celente for 30 years, so I know he's been doing it a very long time. He's a media mogul. He's on all over the place. He's done Oprah. He's done all the big networks repeatedly. And everybody wants to hear what Gerald Celente says about the next year, 2, 3, 5 years. What's ahead for America? Jerry, welcome back to the program, and Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year, and thanks for having me on.
I heard this marvelous statistic the other day. It's actually not so marvelous that 50% of Americans believe that the great days of America are behind us, Jerry.
Well, I don't know why they should feel like that, considering the wonderful job that Congress is doing. I mean, how they put us into fear and hysteria with the fiscal cliff. Why would they think that? Why would they come up with a conclusion like that when virtually everything that has come out of Washington, D.C., whether it's on the economic front, whether it's on the war front, whether it's health or education, everything they touch, they turn to garbage. Why should people be pessimistic about the future when so few people believe in the government?
Well, that's the macro picture, and I totally agree with you. But, you know, Americans on the local level, on the micro level, on the personal, individual, and family level, they feel it. They feel the pain.
Well, they should, even with this fiscal cliff. I mean, they said that the taxes didn't go up. They did go up. The taxes went up for people paying Social Security taxes. And when you look at who got hurt the most, I mean, that's who gets hit. The people who could afford it the least. Well, the too big to fails get bailed out. And none of the really, multinationals got hurt with this new fiscal cliff deal. And the people in hedge funds and these vulture capitalists and private equity groups, they're still paying their 15% tax rate when it should be 35, 39%. So, the bigs didn't get hit hard, and the people are, and they're feeling it because also, Steve, look at the jobs, and we've talked about this before, that college grads are getting. 50% of the jobs they have are barely paying a living wage, and you don't need a college education for. Right.
Unless you're into oil exploration and development, those jobs out of college are paying $100,000 to start.
Yeah. And they're there, and they're going to continue to grow. And, of course, they're going to come with a price. And the price is it going to be an environmental price? And matter of fact, in this new TrendsJournal that will be out shortly, we have a 10,000-word piece on hydrofracking. And my motto, taught to me by my dear father, may he rest in peace, think for yourself. We lay it out, and you decide whether it's going to be a cost benefit that we should buy into or that should be discouraged.
All right, but it's changing the face of, the United States through fracking is going to become an exporting nation of energy, isn't it?
Yes, but again, is the price going to be worth it?
I see. Okay, well, I thought there were companies out there. I know of one of them because they've been a sponsor of this program. One of the big things they do is they just clean up frack water. They make sure that they're environmentally clean and safe, and that the frack water does not hurt the environment.
Well, here's part of what I've learned and what I understand, and of course, if I'm wrong, I'd like to be corrected. President Obama has given 700 million public acres to hydrofracking. Okay. And the way I understand it is that they don't have to tell us what chemicals were pumped into the earth until after the operations have been completed.
Okay.
So we don't know what's going in, and we don't know what chemicals are in the water that are being pumped into the earth.
No, you're right. Most of the cleaning is happening when they take the water out.
Right.
They're running it through a process where it cleans it up before it just dumps back into the soil, you know?
And the reason they're saying that they can't tell us what the chemicals are, they say it's a trade secret.
I see. Okay, so you say there's something dark and sinister behind fracking then, you think?
I'm saying there are two sides to the story, and to look at all the information and the data, and then you think for yourself and you make the decision.
Well, it's very expensive, as you know, and it doesn't always work. You can frack 5 wells and only get 1 to work, you know?
Yep. But there's plenty of profit to be made, and it's going to be a boom industry as we see it for years to come.
Very interesting. We're just freeing up more of the oil that's been trapped underground through new technology. So that's very interesting. What do you say to young people about going to college or not, getting that that tertiary education or not? Because there are 9,000 Voc Tech schools out there. You don't have to go to college. You can go to some higher level of learning. Because today, even to fix the engine on a car, you have to have some kind of a higher degree. You know.
We should take a page out of what they do in Germany and Switzerland and other advanced countries where tech school is a big part of the curriculum.
It should be. It should be.
Of course it should be. We have a system that's been put in place now that's really an industrial age education system. You were taught to read, write, do some math, and most of all, follow orders. But here's the big news. One of the trends that we're looking at is new millennial education. Think about it. When you look at retail sales this past Christmas, toy manufacturers were competing against tablet manufacturers. You look at little kids, they're wired. They're doing things technologically that we never dreamed of. But it's not only that they're wired in terms of their astuteness and ability to work in the digital world, their brain is wired differently. They're learning differently, and there are no systems in place right now to teach that new brain. And what we contend is that this is going to be a huge business opportunity for people that understand that new millennium education is on the horizon, and there's nothing in place now to teach these young children how to learn in this new environment.
Yeah, I've got this microwave oven and convection oven. You almost need a PhD to be able to operate it accurately because the manual, I think, is 100 pages thick. Have you done any trends research on the fact that so many more women are getting college degrees now than men?
Well, we know about it, and what's going on is that it's the new workforce. So look at the Senate now. 20 women in the Senate.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. It reflects it. Yeah, it does. Well, for example, CPAs. When I graduated from college, there was one woman who was going to become a CPA. Now it's like 80% women, 20% guys.
Well, there you go. So it's the new world, and people, as we see it, we have we have young people working here with us. And they don't have college education, but they're very skilled in what they do.
Interesting.
And again, I went to college, and I didn't learn a heck of a lot from there in business administration, I can tell you that.
Right. Well, it helped me because it was an entree to Price Waterhouse, an entree to other things. So, I mean, in my case, it did help. I don't think I needed it. I was brought up in a family business where I already knew a lot about business anyway. I could teach some of the professors who had never been in a business, But I think today, if you can enhance your education in certain areas, I think that's the key. You have to see what you love to do and target that to make sure you're going to have an income from it.
Yeah, you got it. I'm 100% with you. You have to do what you love and make sure you can make money doing it. And
I think languages are a big deal today. I was just reading about cruise ship jobs that people can save a lot of money by working on a cruise ship. They can put away $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month by working on a cruise ship. And if you know how to speak Spanish or French or any language, you probably get a job pretty quick.
You're right. It's the global age. And in thinking about the global age and the global economy, our forecast for 2013 is, on the economic front, more of the same but worse. And again, it's global. They just had a new election over there in Japan. Japan's in a recession.
Right.
What's the first thing that their new Prime Minister Abe did? He employed the Bank of Japan to lower interest rates and pump money into the system.
Sounds like us. Well, you know what? They say now there's more adults in Japan wearing diapers than there are babies.
Yeah.
Because the economy's not growing at all and people are getting older.
That's right. And then you go over to Europe. What have they done? Well, they had this wonderful term, long-term refinancing operations, LTRO. Yeah, we're going to throw money into the banks. Don't worry, pay us back when you can get it. Meanwhile, we're going to be dumping more dough into the system. And now they have another one. I love this one, OMT, ongoing monetary transactions. Of course, over here in the States, we have QE 1s, 2s, 3s, and whatevers.
Right.
So what we're looking at, Steve, for the economy, as I said, more of the same, but worse. This does not solve the problem. You cannot get out of debt by creating more debt. They're debasing the value of the currency. You and I are old enough to remember at one time the quaint thought about saving for a rainy day. You put money in the bank and you got interest on it.
Mm-hmm.
But
today the cost of living is such, it's tough to put money away. That's the problem.
You can't put money away, and if you do put money away, look at the interest rates that you're getting.
Yeah,
how about
nothing.
virtually nothing?
I know. Well, you know, one of our great experts was on the program saying that Americans made such a mistake by staying away from the stock market the past 3 or 4 years because they would have made a ton of money.
Yeah, you know, if you play the right stocks, you know, but you know, it's a risky game. And by the way, that's what they're doing by keeping interest rates so low that people are going more into speculation, and therefore you see it, and you just brought it out that the stock markets have gone up over 13% last year because where do you put your money?
Right. Well, what's happening to spirituality in America, Gerald?
We believe that there's going to be a great awakening. You know, before the first revolution, there was a great awakening. And the great awakening, part of it was that people realized that their salvation was basically they were responsible for it, and that they should not look up to nobility. That no one's better than anybody else. And that's, again, what this Constitution and the Declaration of Independence is based on.
Right.
And it was an awakening, and we believe we're going to see that same kind of awakening, where there's going to be a new spirituality, and people will be looking to raise themselves. And you said it about getting a job, finding a job that you really love, that you can earn a living in, not taking a job just to make money because that's all that's available. And what the Great Awakening is that you start looking at politicians for what they are rather than putting them up on a pedestal or a throne. And to understand that they should not be making decisions for you. They should be making the decisions that you want. They have it reversed. So we believe we're going to go through a new Great Awakening, and this could also be the foundation for a new American Revolution. But one, of course, not of bombs and guns and bullets, but of an awakening in the truest sense of the heart, the mind, and the spirit.
Right. Well, that's great. When is the new edition coming out, Jerry?
Oh, it'll be out in days.
In days. Okay, we'll have you back for that. So let's talk about the new one when that comes out, folks. It's History Before It Happens with Gerald Celente. Go to TrendsResearch.com, and subscribe to the Trends Journal. You're going to love it, and you'll profit from it. Gerald, thanks so much.
Hey, thank you, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Take care, and we'll be right back.